Hi guys, welcome to the Department of Chemical Engineering at Imperial College. I'm Dr. Colin Hale, your first year chairman. I'm sure many of you will remember me from the interview day. I'm actually in the pilot plant control room now, which many of you visited when you came for your interviews. I'll be working together with you throughout the coming year in terms of my capacity as first year chairman, but also I'll be lecturing you for process analysis and involved in the teaching for the mastery that you'll do as part of the course. And there's separate podcasts on some of the specific aspects that you'll do as part of those courses. Firstly, I wanted to congratulate you on getting your place within the Department of Chemical Engineering. Of course, it's been a very unusual 6 months by any standard. So I'd especially like to congratulate you on getting as far as you have. Now that you're part of the chemical engineering family, of course, I wanted to make sure that you can settle in as quickly and easily as possible. For the immediate future, things are still going to be a little bit unusual, unfortunately, but the team in the Department of Chemical Engineering has been working hard to ensure that we can make things and the transition for you as smooth and easy as possible. During your time within the department, one of the key things to remember is actually it's a very diverse department. There are people from quite literally any country you can imagine working on the course. In terms of the population, it's very diverse. Some of the people that you meet during your time here, during the 4 years on your course, will probably go on to be lifetime friends. So do take advantage of that. And one of the reasons that this happens, particularly in chemical engineering, is that a key part of the things you do during your chemical engineering course is group work. So it means you get to interact with lots and lots of people in different projects, on different aspects of the course. And that's a really transferable skill for later and sets you up for being able to work in any team, anywhere, whatever discipline you decide to do. Of course, if you're thinking about what can you do with your chemical engineering degree later, if I look at our existing graduates, they've pretty much gone into any field that you can imagine. And one of the key advantages of the chemical engineering degree is that it gives you the skill sets and the confidence to be able to do exactly that. We've got graduates that have gone into mainstream chemical engineering, of course. Some have gone into finance or accounting. Some have set their own businesses up and been very, very successful in that. And we're proud to have amongst our alumni some of those guys who've gone on, developed their own business, and actually made some very big successes of it. That could be you in 4 years' time. So do take advantage of your time at Imperial and in the Department of Chemical Engineering. Not just in terms of the course itself, but also in terms of some of the extracurricular activities that you do. It's an important aspect of your time within the university. If we're thinking about the chemical engineering course itself, a couple of key things to remember as you go through. What's the recipes for success? Well, as you'll realize as you start to go through the course, there's a lot of stuff to cover in a relatively short period of time. So one of the key secrets for success is to be consistent as you go through, consistently work towards doing the problem sheets and brushing up on the lecture material to ensure that you understand it. Up until now, you've probably been okay to, in some cases, you could get away with maybe revising things for exams just a little bit before the exam. Unfortunately, there's so much information that comes through on the chemical engineering course. It's not always so easy to do that, so it's much better to do things in a consistent way. A good way to ensure that you can do that is to take advantage of your group mates and your peers. Because if you set up study groups, that ensures that you can help to motivate each other to work towards solving different problems. Of course, if you get stuck on things as you go through, then you can always ask your peers, and probably someone in your group will have a better understanding of that particular aspect than you do. So never be afraid to ask questions, even to the people lecturing you, like us. Of course, lots of people tend to be quite shy to ask questions because they're slightly afraid that they may be asking a silly question. One of the key things to remember is actually the bit that you're not sure about, probably nearly all of your colleagues are unsure about as well. So it's important to ask questions. In terms of, if you think about the tutorials and doing the problem sheets, another key aspect of your time in the first year especially is, well, sometimes you'll go along to those tutorial sessions or in an online or perhaps later on in an in-person way, and you may be struggling to do a particular problem, whereas someone else within your group seems to have finished the whole problem sheet. They're a problem sheet ahead of you. Of course, sometimes that can be quite disheartening, but the key thing to remember is actually, if you go to another subject, you've done all of that problem sheet, and all the other guys are looking at you going, oh, that's the guy that's done all the problem sheets. Remember that actually you've all got slightly different skill sets. You can apply them in different ways. Part of the big advantage of group work is being able to use all those skills. You can apply the things that you're good at, learn to develop some of the skills that you're not so good at from your peers, and they can do similar things from you. I think that's probably the key things for success. It's really consistent performance throughout. If you're not sure, ask questions. Of course, from time to time, there may be situations where you're struggling a little bit. Remember that you can always come to myself or others within the team within the Department of Chemical Engineering to ask for help. We're here to help you, whether it's from an academic performance point of view or from a personal point of view. And you'll see that you'll be assigned personal tutors. They're there to help you with some of those non-academic issues. If you have a problem, always remember you can come to ask someone. I look forward to working with you in the year ahead, and hopefully in the not too distant future, seeing you on site in person. In the meantime, good luck for the year ahead.